What's up, guys? So here we go. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 is the final Hunger Games film in the series, and, it pretty much takes place where the story just left off in the first one. You have Katniss Everdeen, who is hell-bent on assassinating President Snow. And, that's pretty much the film. It is her trying to kill this person. And it's her, and the group of people that she goes with, to take this assassination, mission, and the booby traps that are along the way and everything, and just how are we going to do this? That's pretty much the story in the film. Going into it, obviously I'm excited for it. It is the last Hunger Games film, and leaving it, I was a little underwhelmed. And I think the main reason it was underwhelming is because it's too long. With the credits, the movie's 2 hours and 16 minutes, and without the credits, it's probably like 2 hours and maybe 5 minutes, 2 hours and 6 minutes, depending how long the credits are. This film could have easily been the same runtime as Mockingjay Part 1, which without the credits is less than an hour. And I think this film could have been the same exact thing, but since it wasn't, and since it was so long and scenes are just dragged out with people talking, and you don't really care, you just want it to move along and you want something to happen, it just sort of takes you out of it. And it's just like, okay, come on, hurry up, come on, let's do this. And that happens quite a bit in this film. But once again, the acting in this film, as in the other ones, is phenomenal. Jennifer Lawrence is great as Katniss. Josh Hutcherson is great as Peeta. I think that character arc was very nice in how they handled that. I think Liam Hemsworth is good as the character of Gale. I'm just not a big fan of how they just sort of finished that storyline for that character and how that came to a close. I mean, saying this is the last one, all these character arcs have to end somehow, and I don't really like the way they decided to take Liam Hemsworth's character. Now, I never read the books, and if it happened the same way in the book, I just wasn't a big fan of how that happened. And, just some of the very emotional things that happen in the film, some things that are really supposed to be extremely emotional, they're very, not to spoil anything, obviously, but they just kind of focus on certain things very, very shortly. And something very serious happens that you should really care about. But you really don't, because it's not really focused on at all. It just kind of happens and it's done. If you've seen the film, you might know what I'm talking about. I think James Newton Howard's score for the film is really good. He did the score to all the Hunger Games films, and I think that he closed it out very nicely. I like the music. I think this is a really well-directed film. It's directed by Francis Lawrence, who directed the second, third, and this one, the final one, and I think he directed it well. I just think the film is too long, and the story, I don't know. I just felt like the way it ended, like the last maybe 30 minutes of the movie, I just felt like it wasn't a strong ending. I just feel like it wasn't very impactful. To compare it to something to another book to film adaptation like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 and how that ended. And then at the end of that movie, it's it's very bombastic and it's happy and you just want to applaud. But at the end of this one, it's not like that. It's just all right, let's go home now. It wasn't like that big, oh, that was great sort of thing. You know what I mean? To me, anyway. It is a good movie. It's just, it's not a great movie. It's not a fantastic movie. So I'm going to give The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 a 3.6 out of 5 stars. I did like it. It is a good film. It's just not one of my favorites of the series. If you want me to give you a top 4 Hunger Games films, I would say my 4th favorite, which would be my least favorite, is the first one, The Hunger Games. My 3rd favorite is this one, Mockingjay Part 2. My 2nd favorite is Catching Fire, and my favorite is Mockingjay Part 1. I really enjoyed that one. But guys, what is your top 4 Hunger Games films? Comment in the comment section, and, tell me. I'm very curious to see if you guys did see this film and loved it more than I did. Please comment, and you could also subscribe to this channel, because if you've been watching my latest Star Wars movie reviews for The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, they're up on this channel now, my in-depth reviews, and tonight I'll be posting my in-depth review for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and if you're following along with my Star Wars reviews, you'll know that next Friday I'll be posting my review for A New Hope, my in-depth review, and then the following Friday for Empire Strikes Back, and then that's all leading up to Friday, December 18th, where I'll post my review for Star Wars The Force Awakens. Hey guys, you can follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description of this video, and you could also like my Facebook review page. The link is also in the description of this video. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you subscribe. Over and out.